As a teenager, thrilling car racing and drifting movies like the Fast and Furious movies, Initial D, had influenced me to mimic and perform those stunts. As an ignorant and naive teenager, I thought I could perform these stunts in the mountains. When I tried drifting in the mountains, I did not complete a nice drift along the rails like I have seen in the movies, but I understeered, ran into a hill, and flipped my car, landing on my roof. My airbags deployed. I was knocked out unconsciousness for a few minutes. I seriously thought that I was going to die. Even though I almost died from the first accident, I was dumb enough to go through a second life-threatening experience subsequently after the mountain incident. Do not drive recklessly like me and learn the hard way, the life-threatening way. Learn from the people's mistakes so you don't repeat history. First, I'll talk about how I flipped my car going up the mountains with my friends. Next, I will talk about how I was involved in the second accident when my friends only had a permit. Finally, I'll discuss how the situation ended after getting home from a long night. I have a quote by the Department of DMV. Current records show that American drivers will have a near motor vehicle accident 1 to 3 times per month and will be in a collision of some type on the average of every 5 to 8 years. Plus, these records also indicate that licensed teenagers are 22 more times likely to get a speeding ticket than those who are 65 years old. It was during December 24, 2008. I was 17 years old. I was speeding up in the mountains with a group of friends until I understeered into one of the sharp turns and I flipped. The roads were really slippery, although my tires were really bald and my car flipped. Now that I talked to you guys about my first accident, let me go on and tell you guys about the situation afterwards. After when I flipped my car, I decided to abandon my car to get some help due to no reception up in the mountains. Always drive responsible, especially when you know it's dangerous. I wasn't being responsible enough, and although that I know the roads really well. Don't ever drift, it's dangerous and people can get hurt really bad. I was trying to encounter a sharp turn and the road was really wet. Although it was late at night around 11 p.m. and it was raining. The sky was really cloudy and foggy, so it was difficult to see. Now that I talked to you guys about my first accident, let me go on and tell you about my second one. I went down the mountain with my friend when he only had a permit at the time, in which he was street racing with another friend and got caught by the police. He was doing reckless driving. He was trying to run away from the police because he was scared of getting a ticket. He was driving at least 100 miles per hour on a residential street. What happened was he lost control and ran through 2 speed bumps and lost control. And then he crashed straight into a house facing directly at the door. Neighbors came rushing out the house to see what's going on. In addition, after when my friend crashed, I was okay, so I ran away from the scene. My friend and his girlfriend, both sitting in the front, passed out. I was scared of getting in trouble, so I managed to hop 20 fences from 2 different houses. Although one of the houses had a dog, I was chased, so I used my last strength and hopped through the final house. Afterwards, I was really confused, assuming that I'll be arrested after a long night. I called my other friends that's nearby to see if they can pick me up near the accident scene. When I got home, my legs were really bruised up. There was some cut on my neck from the seatbelt. Meanwhile, I got picked up by my friend and went home and told my parents. My parents was really angry and disappointed at me because I totaled my car up in the mountains, especially on a dangerous night. I learned my lesson, never drive reckless again. I have a quote by Plato, quote, "Man never legislates but destinies and accidents happening in all sorts of ways. Legislate in all sorts of ways," end quote. Now that I talked to you guys about these accidents, let me learn from my mistakes. Never go up in the mountains again, especially late at night. From this experience, I learned that I could never speed and cause trouble for my families. From this experience, I learned I should never drive recklessly again, especially when I have a car gifted from my grandparents. Always be responsible for your own actions. When you cause trouble, usually your parents will be involved in something that they didn't do. Usually usually when teens get in trouble, the parents tend to stress out a lot.